Hello fellow brawlers, I'm Kairos Time and it is time for sneak peek number 2. Today we're taking a look at every special ability or star power in the upcoming Brawl Stars update. Hope you enjoy! First off, we got Shelly with her Shell Shock. Shelly's shocking super, Shell's slow, Shelly Shusha. Wow, that's rough to say. Slows down enemies for 3 seconds. This super is actually really exciting because it allows her not only to have really good escapability, but also to be able to really track people down, chase them down, deal the damage that she needs to. You can see that happening right here on the screen. As it goes on, she just smacks that right there. All 3 brawlers right there slow down, and it's a significant slow. That gives her plenty of time to be able to run away and do what she needs to do. Up next, we have Colt's Slick Boots. Colt gets slick new boots that put a spring in his step, increasing his movement speed. This is an insane buff to Colt. If you can get this, Colt, honestly, I think I'm going to max him out first because it's just so strong. You take the damage per second that Colt outputs, add ability to run away, chase people down, dodge better. One thing that I love is that it allows him to sweep a little bit better and almost always deal damage to his opponents. Such a great power. Up next we have Nita and her Bear With Me star power. Nita recovers 180 health whenever her bear hits an enemy, and on the flip side, when Nita deals damage, her bear regains 180 health. So you can have this kind of dual going back and forth. It really does force your opponents to focus on just one of you, either the bear or Nita. And if you can use that to your advantage, it's really going to put you in a great spot. Adds for a lot of really great situations right here where Nita just has more survivability and is able to kind of stay away from the enemy brawlers. Up next, we have Dynamike's Dyna Jump. Dynamike can now use concussive force of his attacks and super to propel himself into the air, even over walls. This is by far the most hilarious addition to the game, but talk about a crazy game changer for a high-leveled competitive pro player with Dynamike. We're able to use that to try and bounce right in there, place down his super, which does add additional force or additional distance from what I can tell, and then maybe even be able to use it to run away right here, just like that. You'll notice that he did dodge a Shelly attack by bouncing into the air. So crazy. Right there, he comes right in there, uses that for some extra range. I mean, this is just hilarious. You can use it to jump over walls. It's going to allow him to get into some kind of difficult situations. Maybe heist might be a unique place where you can do that. And it's just hilarious. It is so funny to see him doing that, running in there, using his regular attack and his supers to jump all over the place. Next, we got El Primo with El Fuego. El Primo comes down like a comet. Enemies caught in his super will burn for 400 damage over 5 seconds. That's not 400 damage every second for 5 seconds, it's just over the course of the period. You can see right there, all 3 of those bots right there are just get all that damage being dealt to them. It's a really interesting addition to El Primo. The fact that he can even get in there, land on people, deal a little bit of damage, and run away if he needs to, and still be doing damage. For 5 seconds, you're going to delay the amount of time that it takes for them to heal, which is a really great buff to him. Next, we do have Bull with Berserker. When Bull falls below 30% health, his reload speed doubles. Here you can see those curses kind of popping up all around him. He's angry, he's enraged, berserked, and he can just reload just over and over and over again. Super fast. Now, for a new player with Bull, this is going to be a little bit difficult to really utilize this special ability. I don't recommend purposefully following below 30% health like I'm doing in these videos because I just want to show you guys how awesome this is. But to the experienced player to really be able to take advantage of this, this is a really great addition to Bull. Next, we do have Brock, and this is a huge buff, honestly, when it comes to Brock. Incendiary. Brock's main attack, rockets, set the ground on fire on impact. Enemies in the area take 160 damage per second. This is really cool. It does not affect his super, as you can see right there, but one thing that I really like about this is his ability to kind of shape and force people to move the way that they want. It's really easy for an experienced player to kind of dodge Brock bullets, and especially at the very end of range, and this makes it so that you can't go back and forth like you used to when you were playing against Brock, and just a really cool way to kind of force people to play the way that you want them to. Next, we have Barley with his medical use star power. Barley takes a swig from every bottle he tosses, regaining 100 health from each main attack. This is a very interesting buff. It's not something that's going to be completely overpowered. He's not going to be totally survivable in all situations. Where it really helps him out is those kind of long back and forth, trying to constantly deal a little bit of damage to each other. You've played Barley and you know exactly what I'm talking about. And this just allows him to, drop those, continue to add that pressure while regaining slow health. Obviously, if you have the time to regain health the normal way where you pause and it starts to build up, that is by far the best way to heal up. The 100 health by no means is a massive amount of HP in the new update, because they did multiply all of the health stats by 4 when it comes to this new update. But it does help Barley add a little bit more survivability. Next, we have Jessie with her Energized Star Power. Jessie modifies her shock rifle to recharge her turret. Hitting a turret restores 600 of its missing health. I'm actually really excited about this for 2 reasons. First of all, you can keep your turret healthy, but also it adds some sight range with her, because she can even attack her turret now and use it as a way to bounce off and locate enemies. It's a really great addition to Jessie. Not only that, but 600 health. If you got 3 shots and go really quickly to your turret, that's gonna heal it 1800 health really quickly, which is basically half of what that health is there. So really excited to see how this gets added into some competitive gameplay. Next, we have Ricochet with his super bouncy. Ricochet's bullets from attack and super alike pick up speed from their first bounce and deal 100 damage. So there you can see right there, the balls are light blue or lighter or whiter or whatever in comparison to their regular color. And whenever they're like that, that's an additional 100 damage. This is really going to cater to those people or players with Ricochet that take advantage of his ability to bounce shots off of walls and such. This is definitely going to add to the amount of damage that he does output, and for that super even, it's just insane at the distance that it has. Next, we have Poco with his Swan Song. Poco plays his Swan Song at the very moment he expires. Friendly brawlers around him recover 1000 health. Just like that, you see that massive radius right there. Now, I tried my best in the short amount of time that I did to record for these videos to show that actually healing my teammates, but bots just kind of suck. so I wasn't able to show that, but you can see this right here, just the massive range that this does. Definitely a big team player buff to that Poco. Next is the Circling Eagle. You heard about this one on the sneak peek for Brawl Talk. Bo gains the ability to spot enemies hidden in bushes from an uncanny distance shared with teammates. This is insane. Look at this coverage right here. Now, when it comes to sharing this with his teammates, your teammates don't also have this buff, just Bo does, but your teammates do get to see that same vision that Bo does. So if he's in here hiding right here, then his teammate is going to be able to see into that bush and see if somebody is actually hiding there. I definitely think this is going to be a big game changer for some certain maps, and obviously not every single map, but Bo is definitely going to be a necessity on some maps. Very excited about this. Next is Daryl. Now, before we move on, I did want to say I'm not going to be sharing any more gameplay of Daryl than in this video for this sneak peek. Make sure you check out Lex's channel because he's got some awesome game footage of Daryl, and it's absolutely hilarious. He showed me some beforehand, a little bit of sneak peek to his sneak peek, and it's hilarious. I'm so excited for you guys to see that. But Daryl, very interesting. Daryl's new reinforced barrel shields him during his super roll, reducing damage he takes by 70%. Now, in this battle, I'm doing my best to try and show that reduction in damage in 70%, so I'm wasting a lot of shots. The bots are killing me all over the place and stuff, but I think this is going to be a really big addition because Daryl's also already really tanky. This is just going to allow him to really jump into a brawl that is going on and really add that additional support from a long distance away, or to deal damage to enemy players without having to worry about them taking him out like a bull's charge might cause for worrying. Next, we do have Piper with her ambush. Like a Viper, Piper sets up an ambush whenever she is hidden in a bush, dealing 400 damage at max range. So there you can see out of the bush, her little her reload shows it's red, and when she gets into the bush, her bar goes yellow when she has a shot available. And when she shoots it, it's kind of like a rainbow effect right there. Additional damage, it's insane. 400 damage at max range, that's a lot of extra damage. Think about converting, everything was multiplied by 4, so that's like 100 damage on the old build, which is, that's a decent amount every single shot when she's hiding in a bush. She already hits like a cannon, so this is just another exciting buff to Piper. Next, we have Mama's Hug when it comes to Pam. Whenever Pam hits enemies with Scrap Storm, her regular attack, she heals herself and nearby friendly brawlers for 30 health. This is actually a really big buff to Pam, I think. It really solidifies her as a very key support player, and her healing does stack with the healing of her tower. Now, that radius around her is the same size as her tower's health station is, and so you can stack that right there. You can get, it's a pretty big radius around there, so it definitely helps. Now, this is going to be particularly beneficial in matches where you're like not playing against like a Barley or a Dynamike, or people that have like massive spread area of effect, because you're going to want to, as a team, kind of stick together and do that. And if you can take advantage of that, this is a huge buff to Pam, and it really just helps her become a big team player. Really excited about this. It's going to make Pam just a blast to play with. Up next, we have Mortis, and this is a really fun one. Creepy Harvest. Mortis can now see and reap the souls of defeated enemy brawlers. Collecting a soul heals or restores 1200 of his health. I mean, this is just crazy. You can see him dodging in and out of there, stealing people's health. I mean, big fights are going on, and the cool thing is, and he stays alive. The cool thing is the souls stay on the field. He's got this ball. Obviously, I'm not playing to win. I'm playing to try and show you guys these special abilities. But there you go. Take some damage. He's just like, hey, whatever. I can stay alive here. You know, I'll just grab a soul, pick it up. It's awesome. Here's a really intense group fight where he comes in right there. He's got people going on him all over the place. He grabs souls left and right, uses his ability. He's at full health right here. And here, he takes down this Colt like nothing even happened. Grabs Colt's soul, runs away. It's insane. Love this update for Mortis. Next, we do have Terra, and Terra has Black Portal. Terra's super cracks open a dimensional portal, and a shadowy version of Terra appears and attacks her enemies. Very cool. It is a melee attack, and so you do have to take account for that, but really cool right here. She's just like going right there and there. She gets taken out by Nita's bear pretty easily, but otherwise, it's a very fast move speed. Look at that. Just charges in, just kind of like a ninja. I'm excited about this because it's going to add additional damage when that star comes down, or when her special comes down originally. Extra damage with that, and then also forces your team, your opponents, to try and waste some of that, waste their ammo, which is already a good thing for Terra. It's just great. I love this. It's going to be such a fun addition to Terra and make her a little bit stronger. Up next, we have Spike with his star power, Fertilize. After using Super, Spike regenerates 600 health per second by staying in its area of effect. This is insane. It really does add a ton of damage. Right there, he's going on right there. Look at me harassing all 3 of these bots. I mean, it's just crazy. It doesn't look like they stack, from what I could tell. But yes, they did take me out. But there I was harassing 3 characters and was able to take them out. Adds a lot of survivability to his special, or his super, and is a really great buff to him. Now, there are going to be times when you're going to want to choose between throwing that super down on yourself and throwing it down on your opponents. It really does depend, but it does help a lot against, say, he's facing against an El Primo, or somebody that's a little bit close range. It's a huge buff to Spike, and just adds a ton of survivability to it. Really excited about this buff for Spike. Lastly, we have Crow with Extra Toxic. Crow's poison saps the strength of enemies, causing them to deal 10% less damage while the poison is active. If you think about this, this is really insane. Crow is already known as like a massive debuffer. Here he's continuing that role by really debuffing all of these while he's going on the offense. It's going to add survivability to him because his opponents are dealing less damage, and really is going to apply some pressure. He's going to be that annoying guy that you'll have to deal with. There you'll see the new super ability that Crow does have. with this update. They kind of changed it. Piper still comes down slowly with her super, but with Crow's super, he can run and jump in and out of places super quickly. I'm really excited about that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed sneak peek number 2. Make sure you subscribe and comment, and stay tuned for more sneak peeks of Brawl Stars in the future. I'm so excited for this update, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think about it. For now, this is Kairos Time ticking by, and we will see you in the arena.